We are about to check out the new Smile album. You have listened to it once or twice?
Once all the way through, but I was listening to the singles as they came out, which is a different approach than you have taken. So I was pretty aware of some of the sounds that were going to happen.
I, on the other hand, have not listened to the album at all. I actually did that on purpose so that I came in with virgin ears for this stream in particular. So.
Which I did, yeah, exactly.
It's a nice intro.
A lot of analog synths on this album.
Yeah. Oh, wow. It's like auto-tuning.
A little bit,
vocoder, maybe?
Their album artwork is so good.
This is my least favorite album cover.
Interesting. I think it's all Stanley Donwood, right? I assume.
I prefer the art for the last one.
I think the last one was so good.
Wall of Eyes. Yeah.
I have this weird thing that I shouldn't admit on a live stream, but the Wall of Eyes, there's sometimes when I pee in the toilet and all the bubbles in the toilet look like a wall of eyes, and I think about that album cover.
It's not that embarrassing.
That's true. I'm new to the live stream. I'm like, this is crazy. You're like, dude, this is the fucking internet. Sorry, let's focus on the album.
This track's cool.
Yeah, this is like it's a real composition. You know?
This is vibey. But if I can try to describe why I don't like the album art, it feels like a B-sides album art. Doesn't it? Especially with the album title, Cutouts.
Totally. Cutouts feel. That's a really good point.
Right?
It feels like what you would title like
the
Forgotten
B-sides
Pencil Shavings
of Wall of Eyes or something, right?
Yeah. Which we'll get into the album. And anyway, I don't need to say my first reactions, but this felt.
I love this. The internal struggle of emotion. You want to say things,
but when do I say them? You know,
you can say whatever you want.
I know. I know. But I don't know that. This song, I've been excited for you to hear this.
I like it a lot so far.
It's very Sam Chown. It's very like droney, like gaze folk almost. It's like I was thinking about you a lot when I listened to this.
Also, I love the drum production.
Yeah.
This is so my taste in drum production.
So I think, I'm sure it will come up throughout the album, but I think he inhabits both our taste in drum production and like performance in a rock band. I think it's something we're like, we've been talking about since the first Smile record came out, and it's just like he always plays the right thing, and he's always recorded and mixed the right way. Like
100% agree.
End of story.
100% agree. I hate to say it, but they don't need Radiohead right now. They just don't.
Well, I'm just so curious about the story, like to that point, like what's happening. Is it beef? Is it just going different ways? Not beef.
No,
not beef.
Can I tell you my read?
Please.
This is 100% Sam Chown theory, right?
That's what we're here for.
But my theory is that they find it more efficient, and it's just
that makes because Johnny and Tom are like they're like prodigal, and the rest of the band is like amazing and important, and
they're all great. Yeah,
they bring the noise, but like Tommy, whatever I keep saying. No, but Tom and Johnny are just like, let's grab Nigel. Let's grab this fucking jazz fuck on drums.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
I
quicker.
buy that,
because you think about it.
Well, sorry.
If you're in a 5-piece band, that's more people you have to get a yes from.
Totally, and they are all songs are written by Radiohead. We don't know that's how the publishing is credited, but like if it is that democratic, it would slow things down, right?
I think a big part of the success of Radiohead is the lack of ego, right?
For sure.
They don't have egos, which is why they're able to make some of the best music.
Right.
And not, like, go down a K-hole of fucking nitrous oxiding with your dentist.
Right.
Your LA fucking...
Not referring to anyone in particular. I mean, there's a specific track... Well, there's a specific album I thought of with this production that Nigel is also associated with that you like very much.
Oh, okay.
Were you going to guess?
No.
Back Sea Change.
Oh,
this energy, this like, I mean, I don't think Nigel is actually working on these albums, but like, for me, it just tickles it with that, like,
this is very
symphonic, big Paper Tiger or Sunday Sun, just like those folk songs where you're like, whoa.
You're right.
They're just like gazy.
Yep. This is very Sea Change.
The song's quite excellent.
So far, we're doing good.
Dude, we're in for a treat here.
We're in for a treaty poop, if you will.
Zero sum. Sorry. Slow down, Nathan. The guitar linearity.
Damn, are they a math rock band now?
This album is very mathy, you're about to see, but it's like, this isn't the only mathematical exploration. It's so good. This is...
What were you saying?
This is how I want my mathematical like guitar patterns. Like I feel like
linear, right?
It's like super linear, but like soulful at the same time somehow. And it's so like often I don't like that like angular quirky shit.
It's very angular, yeah.
I like this a lot.
This is sick.
Yeah, it's really good. They are not fucking around.
Like they're on fire. This is their second album this year. Wall of Eyes came out in 2024. Why not?
Wow. Yeah, it's like three probably A+ albums in 4 years.
3 years.
Insane.
Zero sum game.
You got it. You know, the man's been thinking about the world for a long time.
The guitar feels like a rat race.
Ooh,
right?
I like that a lot. Yeah.
The guitar
love it.
Is making you feel right, and
beautiful.
That's the metaphorical concept for the
Right. No. Absolutely. It's just like scurrying around.
Exactly. Yeah.
Love that.
Like it sounds confused.
Yeah.
Right?
And even that little... wow. You can weigh in on this, but I mentioned this to you the other day. This is one of those beats where the times... We'll get to the time signature, but just where he just accentuates odd beats that make it feel different.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, this song's sick. This is like their fucking like Tool song.
Is he playing in 10.58?
I'm down to unpack. I will follow your lead.
Or maybe it's just 5.5? Is it just 5.8? Might just be 5.8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. That would be 5.4. And then you could count it either way. It's 5.8. I think it's 5.8. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2.
But again, that's on the flip side, I was saying he's so good at making a regular time signature feel odd, and similarly, he's really good at making an odd time signature just
groovy, flow.
Exactly.
This is sick.
Dude, the math is mathematical.
This is going to be a little bit of a niche a comparison I'm going to make.
I think that's what we're here for.
But this reminds me of White Denim from Austin, Texas.
You have shown me that band, and that makes sense.
This sounds like a British White Denim.
Totally. That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah.
Very psych revival and math in here.
We're almost done Eyes and Mouth, Harry. It's really good. I like this song.
What in the flaming lips are we listening to?
This is the new Smile record. This is Tom York and Johnny Greenwood's other project outside of Radiohead.
Radiohead? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tom Skinner's killing it on the drums.
Well, it's very groovy.
You got to admit, as someone who...
For white people, it's very groovy.
Right? And for someone that doesn't love Radiohead, you got to admit, this is... Anyone can listen to this.
This is for anybody. If I worked at a coffee shop, I'd put this on.
Exactly. And it's not shitty coffee house music. It actually has value. It has substance.
Baby, I don't put on bad coffee shop music.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying that
in general. I'm putting Anderson .Paak on, in my coffee shop. Yeah. You know what I mean? The internet. We're getting cool.
Harry, how do you feel about Don't Get Me Started? I really like how it started.
Don't get him started. Yeah. Is he back on?
He's back on.
Okay, he's back on.
I love you. So far this album is really great.
It's really good. I think I was a bit harsh on it. I had the 8 a.m. pre-work listen blues. You can't give an album a final rating based on that.
Because pre-stream you were giving it a 7.8.
I know.
It looks like we're going easily above an 8, right?
You know those Tom York lyrics that are just such Tom York lyrics? Don't Get Me Started is it's perfect because it's a little bit of a British pun, but it's cheeky, but it's also it's I'm skinny, I'm British, I'm thoughtful, but don't fuck with me, I will fuck you up. He has had this undercurrent in his lyrics for 30 years now of I'm a reasonable man, get off my case.
But he has a lazy eye, and that lazy eye will laser your thigh.
Exactly. He already looks like he's been punched.
Yeah.
They've introduced some just gorgeous analog synth production on this album.
Who do you think's playing that synth part?
I think it's Tom. I think
it's Tom too, yeah.
It just kind of makes sense if we're thinking about division of labor. Wait till Thomas Skinner joins the party here.
Do I like this album better than Wall of Eyes?
At first listen,
I think I might.
Yeah, people seem to be saying that. At first listen, I was definitely more into Wall of Eyes. But
So is this album a grower for Harry Knazan? In the life and times of Harry Leonard Kravitz Knazan? So good.
His playing and the drum production here is just like, give it to me.
There's so much creativity going on between the triangle of human beings involved.
British men.
Yeah.
I heard Jesse saying they're groovy for white dudes, and it's really true.
And considering the fact that Jesse's not necessarily a Radiohead fan.
Okay, I figured.
I was saying, I made the point when you were peeing that like anyone can like this. This is so likable.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like
it's almost more universal than Radiohead in that weird way. Because it has more broad appeal to it.
And there's more just like groovy guitar tracks.
Grooves, exactly.
That's what I think you're hitting on one of their really impressive strengths.
May I say something controversial? Yeah. I know a lot of people out there are like, enough with these Smile albums. Get back to Radiohead. No.
And you're like...
I think that's the wrong take.
I'm not surprised to hear this
I think that is the
wrong
take. The right take is... This is better for them right now, and they're having a good time, and they're putting out great shit. And
well, I think the right take is that like we're getting an incredible creative output from two of the most important members.
Yeah,
exactly. I was going to be even more diplomatic than that and just say from two minds from Radiohead, but it's clearly the two.
Should we go ahead while we finish this album? Of course.
Yes.
Let's just.
Are we doing Radiohead rankings?
Let's just rank Radiohead. S tier. OK Computer, Kid A. This is so controversial, but the Benz, Hail to the Thief. It's all S tier.
Yeah, I mean,
in that
Hail to the Thief, from what I understand, because that funny Radiohead ranking where Trump and Obama are ranking them.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that liking Hail to the Thief as much as we both do was so controversial.
I just think it's all S tier.
I just thought it was like, I
think it's just all classic.
I have no issues with any of those, and my only concern was that I had to put one at the top. I forgot that's the beauty of S tier or of the tiers, right? You can just put a bunch of shit.
But Radiohead's one of the rare bands where it's just like they just have 4 or 5 records, and what are you going to do about it, right?
Yep.
I have other artists that have that, by the way.
People think Hail to the Thief sucks.
They're wrong.
Yeah, they're just
wrong.
I
say something?
Yeah.
I was wrong.
You used to think it sucked?
Yes. It was a grower.
Oh, okay.
It was not immediate at all.
Oh.
And can I tell you something else?
Sure. Yeah.
Neither was OK Computer.
That's fair, though. You were also like...
Did I tell you a third thing? The Benz did not grow on me. I loved it immediately.
Did you get it when it came out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was 9.
Yeah.
1995.
And you got it, and you liked it.
And I was like, everything about this I like. It is perfect.
And then, okay.
Actually, that's not even true.
Well, what about Kid
Oh my
A?
God, Harry, I'm like remembering things. Planet Telex and
Changed Your Life
and the Benz. I didn't really like those songs at first. It's for me. I started the album at High and Dry
for a while.
It took me a while to get into.
Both of those songs are like
they're 5 out of 5. They're perfect songs.
I did the Benz for the first time in years. Yeah,
what is
this? Is very good.
This is so good.
We'll give it a sec. We'll get back to our Radiohead rankings.
This is amazing.
You like this better than A Moon-Shaped Pool?
I do.
I know you do.
This is really good. This has such variety.
It's true. I think that's maybe what I was struggling with a tiny bit.
It wasn't as cohesive in that way. I don't mind it. Because Hail to the Thief is like that.
It's true.
Hail to the Thief is hodgepodge, which is I think why, Harry, people don't think it's a classic.
Because they need that like... Yeah, because it also has a very... I would take... Like, there is a lot of variety on it, but I would take issue that it's not cohesive.
Right.
Do people think it's like immature because he was mad at W. Bush or something? Like, whatever.
I don't know.
I think
pound for pound, it's a near perfect. What are you gonna do? Every song's perfect.
It is S tier for me too. Like I come back to that as often.
So do we just agree so far?
So far we agree.
Oh, okay.
We're barely gonna diverge.
Okay, so A tier. I'm gonna go. Let me just look at their fucker.
I can give you the rest.
I'm gonna get probably a little controversial.
For sure you are. Well, I think we've already been controversial by
including Hail to the Thief
on our S tier. Yeah.
Okay, I might not have anything in the A tier.
Wow.
If I had to put something in the A tier, I would put In Rainbows.
And not Amnesiac?
No.
Wow. For me, it's Amnesiac and In Rainbows, but I think I'm lying to myself. I think the highs of Amnesiac are like a flirting
Agreed.
with S.
I agree.
But it just...
It's a B. It's B.
Yeah.
You know it's a B.
You're right. That's why it's just not even a discussion for you. You're like,
but
Harry will come around.
Are you cool with In Rainbows being an A? That's pretty true, right?
Yeah. It's
really good.
That's one that grew on me. When it came out, I was like 7 point whatever. Like Radiohead are old now, and as I grew and matured, I came to appreciate that album more. Okay.
All
wow,
right.
we're aligned so far. We must diverge at some point.
I think you diverge with I on A Moon-Shaped Pool, my friend.
For sure, yeah.
That's
B
my
for
beaky
me.
friend, if you will.
You will.
My fellow beak friend.
That's B tier for me.
So would you put that below Amnesiac or above?
Below. Oh,
tier.
True. They're both B tier, yeah.
Because I would put it below Amnesiac on the B tier.
I see. You put them both in B tier. Okay. So they're on the same level for you.
Yeah. Well, but A Moon-Shaped Pool's below it.
Right, true. You literally just said that. And I agree, Amnesiac above A Moon-Shaped Pool. Even if I like it more. I'm just surprised.
Right.
I really thought our Moon-Shaped Pool tier would be different because I really like that
too.
album. And
I
you
did too.
But it's certain. I guess that's the cool thing about the tiers.
And then, may I say, C tier is Pablo Honey, and then The King of Limbs at the bottom.
Yeah.
Still of C tier.
Still agreed.
That's
Dude,
it. We did it.
Dude, we have the same. This was meant to be. We have the same Radiohead rankings. I was so confident that In Rainbows and A Moon-Shaped Pool would tear us apart.
Wow.
Look at that. This is friendship.
This is sick.
I think Tom has pushed himself vocally on this album too. I think he
I
still has
agree.
his Tom limits and his moments, but
so
like he's really
good.
trying. Like yes, you can
He's
always
trying to stretch a little bit,
you
right?
can still make fun of him and be like he's so fucking Tom Yorkie, but I feel like just another like good reflection of how this band seems to be like a creative growth space for all of them.
Yeah.
He seems to be pushing and challenging himself too.
Oh, love this. This is sick.
Oh, dude. I was going to say, is the album going to start to drag? But second last track. Fuck.
Love that
Like ring
flange,
modulation
yeah.
on his drums.
Space modulate,
yeah.
like a Valhalla space modulator.
Such a choice.
Like a spring flurb combo-y thing.
All of those
right?
things. Flurb. This is their mathiest album, I think. And they've always
Yeah.
been math flirtatious.
For sure.
It's like, I think, not to make grand statements, but I think that like their rhythmic explorations and Johnny's guitar work is such a like intelligent synthesis of world music inspirations and influences as well as math. Like you can just hear a lot of different cultures' rhythmic guitar approaches that he has like imbibed, and I think in a positive way, and also a lot of fucking math. And also, last thing is they fucking love krautrock. These boys love Can so
much.
Radiohead have always loved Can.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Can, but that was my last reflection on this album. They kraut very hard.
Very hard. And they do it so well.
So well. Well, again,
and they know when to release.
Exactly.
They know how long to build and then when to release.
That's
it,
right? Which is like the krautrock compositional shape.
Yeah.
And if you hold it too long,
right, can be a snooze
you're
fest.
passing out. Yeah.
So
that's a really good point. And also, like, I think just with so many of a good band like this, you can hear those influences, but they're not like, this isn't their tribute band to krautrock.
Right.
They're just like doing their thing. Sorry.
Right. I gotta say, Harold, it's a fucking awesome album.
I'm having I think my 7.
I'm at an 8.5 first listen.
Wow.
This could go up.
And this is just like quiet. You haven't had a proper
right.
I promise you, it sounds better without my voice talking.
But that's why I say I'm happier with what's happening here. Then think about it. The last 2 Radiohead albums are the weakest ones.
Well, you put In Rainbows in maybe A tier, not to quote.
No. King of Limbs.
Oh, right.
And A Moon-Shaped Pool.
I blew it.
A Moon-Shaped Pool has great songs, but I don't think it's a strong album throughout.
I often return to King of Limbs. I don't know if I ever have.
No one returns to the fucking King of Limbs. So we're on the last song.
Yeah.
We're finishing this.
It breezed by. This one's an acoustic one. We can probably give it a little notch.
And we still managed to just shred through that tier list.
Yeah. I thought that would be harder. That's like we did the most typical music nerd streamer thing imaginable. Make a Radiohead tier list, and that should have been more controversial, but...
And also, such a subtle way to end the album.
Exactly.
Right? It's all very tasteful. They're such adults. They're
They
so
really are.
They're so the adults in the room.
They really are. And I think that, like, I mean, they're clearly not 9-to-5ers. They clearly need to keep making music, but they're approaching this with this like almost like 40-plus-year-old like. I remember hearing a Moonshade Pool and being like, oh, Radiohead are over 40 now, and I think that maybe that skewed good in some ways for me.
Oh, the drum production is so perfect. The snare is perfect. The kick is perfect. The cymbals are perfect. The toms are tuned interestingly.
All right, so I was a little harsh with my 7.8.
I don't know if this is purely influenced from Mr. Skinner here, but I've been recording a lot more with rivet cymbal, with the sizzle.
Yeah, I love a rivet cymbal.
Like the whole album with Brendan. The next, I showed you. Remember how I played drums on the Space Equator record?
Yeah, yeah.
So we're doing a Shmu Space Equator, like it's like a collabo album, right?
Sweet.
So we're agreeing on the mix. We're agreeing.
Cool.
It's very collaborative, and almost every track on it has sizzly cymbals and stuff.
I'm excited to hear that because I love a rivet cymbal.
And I rarely play loud. It's like this, where it's soft, weird, complicated stuff, but it doesn't make your brain hurt. It's supposed to be smooth on your brain.
Cool. And that makes sense. That's how the rivet cymbal feels. There's something about the rivets that just like diffuse the crazy, unpredictable harmonics.
It's like it washes over you, right?
Yeah.
Very Radiohead chord change there.
And again, this is such a Tom York lyrical. He goes, everybody's laughing, but then the second time he doesn't say every, so he just goes, body's laughing, and the song's called Body's Laughing.
Yeah.
Which is just a great image.
This is great.
I think it's like a tasteful album opener and closer. They really also like know how to like. Their short songs should be short and like they just know how. They've been doing this for a minute now, you know.
Don't Johnny and Tom look so complicated?
Like emotionally or with each other? Or
no, like just their faces are complicated faces.
For sure, yeah.
They're not simple, shallow people. They're deep.
Definitely.
Like their faces, like their British faces.
Totally.
Their faces are like weirdly shaped and irregular, but they're still somehow beautiful and hideous at once. You know?
I can't remember if this is a us joke or like a me and my university music nerd friends joke, but at some point we decided that Johnny was the Radiohead, like because he was just like Mr. Wires and experimentation.
Oh,
so
totally.
Johnny is Radiohead.
Anyway. Right.
Yo, that was really that album is awesome. B, that was really fun.
Let's see some of these we got some DJ Simfet.
Is it all DJ Simfet?
No, the first half is DJ Simfet, and then we got Fakey 90.
S tier, King of Limb, and in Rainbows. Wow.
No one in their right mind can argue King of Limbs is S tier. But I was going to say there was a segment on Fox News
about King of Limbs.
About King of Limbs. It was Greg Gutfeld on Red Eye. Noah, do you remember this? Do you remember this Fox News segment on RedEye where they're like, the King of Limbs is the best album of... I'm going to put it on right now.
I need to see it. This is the perfect way. This is like the perfect coda for our stream.
It's perfect.
Is this when King of Limbs came out?
Yeah. Welcome back. Let's find out if we've got anything wrong so far. For that, we'll go to TV's Andy Levy. So, Andy, any new thoughts on Radiohead's truly magnificent new album?
I do have some thoughts, Greg. It's pretty clear that The King of Limbs is the best album of 2011. I know it's only February, but it's game over. Nothing else is going to match the smooth jerkiness of Bloom, the electronic naturalism of Morning Mr. Magpie, the jarring serenity of Give Up the Ghost, the harsh beauty of Lotus Flower, and the edgy mellowness of Codex. It's truly the great post-dubstep ambient trance soul record the world has been waiting for. And really, the only way
he wrote the script. This guy wrote the script.
Oh, I didn't expect this part. I thought they were just like copy. Oh my god. Oh, Andy Levy cares. I need it again. No, do I mind? This is the best video I've ever seen.
Radiohead's truly magnificent new album.
I do have some thoughts, Greg. It's pretty clear that The King of Limbs is the best album of 2011. I know it's only February, but it's game over. Nothing else is going to match the smooth jerkiness of Bloom, the electronic naturalism of...
The smooth jerkiness of Bloom.
Each descriptor is so good, and you know that he wanted to be a music critic at some point, and it just...
It wasn't happening.
No, the submissions didn't work out, and that's why he is here.
Right.
But he's trying.